Hey, it's Mariah, and in this video, we're going to be talking about SMS segments for a seven-figure e-commerce brand. So I'm going to actually take you inside the account of a seven-figure e-commerce brand and show you the segments that we have built out for them and how we use them. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to cover is generating $49,500 in 1 month through SMS alone. So no email, no ads, just SMS. So if we were to turn PostScript off for a whole month, they'd be losing out on nearly 50 grand. And then we're going to dive into segment naming structure, so how we have it organized in terms of like the naming, and then how to set up these segments, and then also how to use these segments in campaigns. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. And before we get on, as always, this video is sponsored by Scale Your Brand, which is an award-winning global e-commerce marketing agency specializing in scaling brands via email marketing, SMS marketing, and paid ads, Facebook, Google, TikTok, and you can go visit at scaleyourbrand.com. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and look at some analytics. All right, so here's inside PostScript for a client. Here is the span of a month, and this is very recent, May 2022. And you can see right here the revenue, 49,572, just so that way you guys know it's real. I'm literally right inside the account. And yeah, so this is the account. So let's go ahead and dive into the segments that helped generate this revenue. All right, cool. Now that you guys see the proof, and the account is actually generating 49.5K in 1 month, let's go ahead and move on to the segment naming structure. We're going to talk about why segment naming is important and also how to segment name. And I'll make it brief because it's pretty straightforward and simple. So segment naming helps with organizational purposes. So if you're inside the account and you need to find a segment really quick, you know what to type because all the segments are the same in terms of structure. So if you're looking for a specific location, you could type all, you could type US, you could type AU, Canada, whatever it is. And it's going to pop up because that's how you have all your segments labeled. Same with whether it's a customer or a subscriber, whatever the behaviors or conditions that specific segment that you're looking for has, you just type it. Maybe it's a specific time frame, or maybe a specific action, like have they purchased, or is there no order? Whatever it is, it makes everything just super simple in terms of searching inside the account, organizational purposes, all that good stuff. And I mean, I go inside like so many accounts for, you know, whether that's potential clients, clients who hire us for audits, whatever the case may be, and it's just all over the place. It's a mess. It's not organized. No idea what's going on. There's no structure to it. So it's just better to be very organized. At least that's how I like things. So that is why segment naming is very important. Now, let me show you exactly how we segment name. So I have a little key up here. And how we do it is by brand, where, who, and what. So the brand abbreviations, where, meaning the location, who, are they subscribers, are they customers, are they engaged, are they disengaged, what, behaviors, conditions, whatever the case may be. So that's how we have it structured. And then here's some examples. So SYB, abbreviations for Scale Your Brand. Where, we're going to send to all, so everywhere, worldwide. Who, just to customers, not subscribers. And what have they done? They've purchased within the last 30 days. Another example, SYB, US and Canada. Who, subscribers, and what have they done? They haven't placed an order yet. Another example, SYB. All, so everywhere, subs and customers, they are disengaged and they haven't clicked in the last, they haven't clicked in 180 plus days. So that's how we do our naming here, and some examples as well. So once we get into PostScript and you see all the segments, you have a good understanding of how we are doing it and what exactly is going on. So just keep this in mind as we go through the video. Brand, where, who, what. All right, cool. Now that you guys know how segment naming works, what's going on, what to look for, let's go ahead and hop into PostScript and move on to the next part of this video, which is how to set up segments. All right, now we're back inside PostScript and we're in the segments section, and you get here by going to messaging and then segments in the left sidebar once you're logged into your PostScript account. Okay, so as you can see right away, super organized. You can tell the naming structure is exactly the same as I showed you just before hopping inside here. So we know exactly what's going on. So we have where is it going to, like location. So these are all, and then you get into some specific countries on the next page. And then we have subs, customers, what about them? Engaged, disengaged, recently engaged, how much they've spent, any orders, 1 order, 2 plus orders, purchased within the last 30 days. So as you can see, super organized. It follows the naming structure and it just looks really nice as well. And it's easy to find. So say I wanted to come over here and I just wanted to see disengaged. Boom, all the disengaged segments pop up. Say I wanted to see spend 500. Okay, so we have 2 segments that incorporate spend being 500. Okay, and then also at a quick glance, we can see how many members are inside each of these segments. For example, boom, this one has 0. So last text date before the last 30 days. So meaning everybody's been talked to within the last 30 days. So yeah, that is just an overview of the segments, like at a glance, with the whole naming structure and just how to navigate that. I want to go ahead and take you inside one of these segments and show you how to set it up. I'm just going to choose a random one. Let's go with this one. So you click those little 3 dots and click edit. And now we can edit this segment. So here's where you edit the segment name up at the top. This is all able to be edited. And then you have the segment size right here, and this will adjust as you add or change things. So for instance, say I wanted to change this to 90. Boom. But let me go ahead and put that back to 180. There we go. All right, so what's going on here? All you have to do is you're going to click and, meaning that this must happen and this must happen in order for them to hop into the segment. Or means this must happen or this must happen in order for them to get in the segment. So it could be either or that happens for them to get into a segment, and then and means both or all 3 or all 4 have to happen in order for them to hop into the segment. So there's a lot that you can do in here. A/B testing, you can do automations, click like specific ones. You can do campaigns clicked, so a specific one, like a Black Friday or something. For example, you would just put SYB Black Friday, click it, boom. So if they clicked this campaign, this specific campaign, Black Friday, then and they still followed all of these 2 conditions, then they're going to get thrown into this segment. You can also say does not include. And then there you have it. We're back up to 346 members. And then in terms of other conditions that you can have set, you can do whenever the customer was created, a specific state, if they're enrolled into like a loyalty program, certain keywords that they've triggered, their last click date, last order date. These are good for engagement segments. Number of orders, Number of texts sent, that's where we got that 0 segment, the 0 members in that one segment that I showed you. What specific products they've purchased, so we can do by product name. So maybe we wanted to create a campaign that sent to people who have purchased pants but not a shirt, right? So we would do the 2 product names, and then boom, we have our segment, and then we can send a campaign to them offering a specific shirt, for example. And then you can have, you know, subscriber specific stuff. So when they were created, what have they clicked? Klaviyo, which is another great segment that you can have in PostScript, and also something very new that PostScript just implemented. Their state, right? Because there's specific SMS compliance that you have to stick with, for example, Florida. And then you can have tags, if they're currently in an automation, so maybe we don't want to send to them because they're already going through something. We don't want to, you know, mess with that. If a subscriber is international, you don't want to text them during certain hours because of quiet hours, boom. Total spent, so if they spent more than X amount, can create that. Let me just show you that, for example. So total spent equals, and then you could say 500. Or you could say not equal to 500, less than 500, less than or equal to 500, greater than 500, greater than or equal to 500. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete that and get out of this segment. All right, so now with these segments, for example, like the SYB, all customers and subscribers excluding Florida, you can always change this. So it doesn't have to just be Florida. Obviously, this could be any state that you want to exclude. You would just change that. This is just an example for Florida because Florida has specific quiet hours that you're allowed to text them. All right, so that is how you set up the segments. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these segments, and you don't have to like sit here and pause the video and screenshot all of these segments, because I'm going to be giving you this access to this. So if you scroll down, you're going to see the segment naming structure that we covered. So you're going to have all of this available to you to use and to you know, start building out your own segments based off of these. So core segments for subscribers, for customers, both customers and subscribers, for the disengaged and for the engaged. That's how I have it set up. Now there's there's 28 segments here. So a lot of segments that you can create, and then you can build upon these, right? So when I say that, right here, number 2. So this is specific to AU, but you can do this for any country, right? So maybe you want to do 5 countries, or, you know, a couple different countries. That's going to add to those segments that you have. Maybe you want to do international, but not UK. Then you can go ahead and create a segment for that. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to have like screenshots here for each of these, and it's going to show you exactly how to set each of these up. So if you wanted to adjust it, all you would have to do, it would be to change the country, for example. And another example would be lifetime value. So these customers in this segment have spent less than 500. So say the LTV is 500. Like the LTV that we're looking for, like the average LTV. You can also see that inside PostScript in your dashboard. And we want to text people who don't meet that LTV yet, because we want them to meet that LTV. And then VIPs, so people who have spent more than X amount. You can go ahead and build off of this, change the numbers around, all that good stuff. So like I said, you're going to have access to this doc, and there's going to be screenshots for each of these and how to set these up, and then you can go ahead and build upon these. But there's a lot, as there is 28, but there's just so many more segments that you can create. These are just kind of like the core segments that you should have inside your PostScript account. Now to create these segments, you just click the Create Segment button, and then boom, here it is, a blank one from scratch. do your naming, set the segment criteria right here, click save, and then you'll have your segment. And another cool trick, say you want a couple of the same segments, but you're changing like the number of orders or the total spent around. So say for example this one, all customers, and they've done 1 order, but now we want to do 2 orders. All you have to do is click this clone and then change it to 2. And same with total spent. Clone it and then just change these numbers around, and boom, you don't have to do the whole naming thing from scratch and setting up the segment criteria from scratch. You're just changing a couple things and then you're good to go. So that's a little trick once you have all these built out, how you can expand onto these more efficiently. Alright, so moving on to the last part of this video, how to use segments inside campaigns. So we're going to go back to PostScript, campaigns, so messaging campaigns, boom. Now all you have to do is click create a campaign. I'm going to close this. Alright, so we're sending to all subscribers and customers who have spent less than 200 because we want to increase that LTV. So we're going to offer them a 15% off discount. There you go. And that's how you put a segment into a campaign. I'm not going to get into the whole campaign itself because that's not the purpose of this video. But pretty simple and straightforward, and you have all of them nicely organized here. Look how easy that is to filter these through and find what you need. Alright, so that's going to wrap that up for this video on SMS segments. Like I said, you're going to have access to this doc. There's going to be a link down below in the description. Just click it. You're not going to be able to edit this doc, so all you have to do is click File, Make a Copy, and it's going to save to your own personal Google Drive, and then you can edit from there because you own it from there. You're copying it into your own Google Drive. And then you can do whatever you want with it. Send it to your team, whatever, to get it all set up. But yeah, so you'll have all of this, and like I said, there's going to be photos, screenshots of the exact campaigns for every single one of these and how to set it up. Go ahead, click the link in the description. Let me know if you have any questions about what was covered in this video, or maybe something that wasn't covered in this video that I left out. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.